My atheist and deconstructionist friends here on TikTok have said many times that there is no evidence for God. I see evidence and I try to explain that or present that here, and it's either ignored or denied. And more than once they have said, prove that God exists, and I will believe. And I say to them, no, you won't. And the point is, if you won't believe the evidence that we have already, you aren't going to believe any additional evidence. In my personal study, I'm in the book of Leviticus right now, the book that my atheist and deconstructionist friends like to camp out in. So let's look at Leviticus chapter 14. 12 spies had been sent into the land of Canaan, the land that God had promised to the children of Israel. 10 of the spies came back saying, "Oh no, woe is us, we can't go in there, they're so big, we're like grasshoppers to them, they'll all kill us, oh no." 2 of the spies, Joshua and Caleb, said, "Man, God's on our side, we can take these guys, come on." So the nation of Israel's response to the report by the 12 spies was, and this is Numbers 14, 1 through 4. Then all the congregation raised their voices and cried out, and the people wept that night. And all the sons of Israel grumbled against Moses and Aaron, and the entire congregation said to them, "If only we had died in the land of Egypt, or even if we had died in this wilderness. So why is the Lord bringing us into this land to fall by the sword? Our wives and our little ones will become plunder. Would it not be better for us to return to Egypt?" So they said to one another, "Let's appoint a leader and return to Egypt." Needless to say, the Lord's response was in verse 11. And the Lord said to Moses, "How long will this people be disrespectful to me? And how long will they not believe in me, despite all the signs that I have performed in their midst?" I believe this event occurred something like, within 2 years of the Israelites being freed from Egypt. There were the plagues that they saw. Remember the crossing of the Red Sea, the destruction of the Egyptian army? It had to be fresh in everyone's mind. And what greater evidence would they want to respect their God, to trust their God? And they rejected God. God's response to them was, those people will not go into the land that was promised. They will go out into the wilderness and die, and their children will come into the land, and I will be with their children, and Joshua and Caleb will lead them into the land, and the spies that gave the bad report were destroyed on the spot. God is real, and God is serious about people taking him seriously. In another post, I'll talk about a couple of New Testament examples of the same thing.